Oh baby, look at this bridge straight ahead. On the other side of this tunnel and this bridge is Buffalo Bill's house from the movie Silence of the Lambs. I actually feel like I'm in the Silence of the Lambs. This is almost just like being there. It's creepy. Oh my God. Oh man. We're literally out in the middle of nowhere. Look at this.
That's beautiful. Wow. That's wild.
Why is it that we always seem to find ourselves in the middle of nowhere? Well, it's because some of the really cool places, the spooky places, the strange places that people typically don't want to go to are in the middle of nowhere, long gone, forgotten, hidden away, just like where we are today.
Wherever I come, bad luck just comes my way. Wherever I go, hard luck is there to stay. Good luck never stays a day. Bad luck's always coming my way.
Today we find ourselves in Layton, Pennsylvania, in, you guessed it, the middle of nowhere. There are some houses, but basically there's just train tracks, birds singing, and if you follow the tracks right into a house that's just behind that tree, you will find one of the most famously notorious filming locations. And that, my friends, is the house from Silence of the Lambs. You know, the house where it puts the lotion in the basket? It happened right here. It's a beautiful home in the middle of nowhere, which is exactly how Buffalo Bill would have wanted it. I mean, come on, he's taking ladies back to this house, throwing them in a well, and ultimately killing them and wearing them and dancing weirdly, probably in that front bedroom right there. Would you film me? Well, he didn't say film me, he said something else. Now, just to be clear, all of the exterior shots were filmed here. The interior shots, they were filmed somewhere else on a soundstage altogether. So the basement, the well, it's not really here. Even though only the exterior shots were filmed here and the basement was somewhere else entirely, it is kind of neat to think that that window right there to the basement is where all that spooky stuff happened. For the longest time, this house was on the market and nobody wanted to buy it, mainly because of how it was portrayed in the movie. But somebody did buy it, and rumor is it's somebody who has a love for all things horror.
What's the problem, officer?
So we showed you Buffalo Bill's house out in the middle of nowhere in Layton, Pennsylvania. But a very crucial scene was filmed in Crafton, Pennsylvania. It's where he kidnapped the woman that he put in the well, in the basement of his house. It puts the lotion in the basket. Silence of the Lambs is an Academy Award-winning movie, and I grew up in Pittsburgh, more specifically here in Crafton, and for years I had no clue that this scene was filmed not too far from where I grew up. Over in that little corner, right there. The scene where Buffalo Bill kidnaps the woman that he puts down inside the well at his house was shot right here. In fact, this is just about the scene that you see in the movie whenever she pulls up. You can see this window and that railing, and she parks her car right there in the second parking spot. She gets out of the car, what I think looks like groceries, walks over to her house, and as she does it, you can see this garage in the background, and as she gets closer to the front door, keep in mind it's nighttime, and those lights are lit up. She hears a sound, she turns, and parked right about where we are is a van, and a man trying desperately to get a piece of furniture into the back. She offers to help him. He says yes, and he traps her in the van, and that is it. It puts the lotion in the basket. Oh, and look at that. Jessica's being a little funny, because he does ask her, are you a size 14, before he kidnaps her. Of course, these are just two of the filming locations for Silence of the Lambs. Pretty much the entire tri-state area was used for filming that movie. One day, we will visit them all.
Wherever I come, bad luck is coming my way. Wherever I go, hard luck is there to stay. Good luck never stays a day. Bad luck's always